once they get to the races and they come home safely, I think that's, for me, that's the biggest thrill. You all that hard work and time and effort and heartache and heartbreak and then joy and everything else that goes with it. For me, it's definitely that time and affinity you develop with the horse. It's pretty special. We're here at Rangiotu, down here at Palmerston North, or just out of Palmerston North. Been here 8 years now, I think, and my wife Laura. We live here with Maya, and we train some racehorses. We've got, I think we've got 11 in work. We've got 3 or 4 breakers floating around as well, so we do that. But my main love is the jumps racing. That's tried and tried. I love the jumpers with a passion you wouldn't believe. So I was at Waverley. I did a huntsman's job there for 3 years. Prior to that, I worked in an accountant's office for close to 20 years. So we understand the money side of when it goes into racehorses, that's for real. We train from here. It's got close to 1,000 acre dairy farm here that we have the luxury to ride over, and we've got all the jump fences and that set up there, so we can do our own schooling and stuff at home. We've got 4 jumpers that will have a start this season, all touch wood, all things being equal. With the jumpers, it's always a touch and go. There's so much work goes into them. We do all our own breaking in and that sort of stuff, and they all learn to jump at a very early age. Jumping's an absolute passion, so the horses we get, we tend to teach them to jump very early, so that by the time they're ready to jump, they're up and ready to go. I love the fact that you spend so much time with a horse. You go from the time if you break it in or whatever you do, and there's just an affinity that you develop with a jumper. They do take a lot more time, teaching them to jump and educating them. We're very slow in the way that we teach and educate our horses to jump. And you spend a lot of time with them, and so you develop a real love and affinity. We're very lucky. We come from a show jumping and eventing sport horse background, so we've done all that all our lives, and we've jumped all our lives. We started hunting as kids and did lots of show jumping and eventing and played any kind of sport you could on a horse. And now we've got our own family. Young Maya, she was floating around here. She's got a little pony and she causes all sorts of havoc, so it's great. We've been very lucky along with the jumpers. We get to do some flat horses as well. There is quite a difference, and most of it's just the time spent with the jumpers. The flat horses, you've got to have them fit and healthy, and a lot of people underestimate the time that goes into making a jumper. We were extremely lucky. We had a very nice 3-year-old last year, and Lana Cord. She took us to our first stakes races, and we were lucky enough to win the Lowland and ran 3rd in the New Zealand Oaks. We were lucky enough to take her to Australia and campaign her there in South Australia, and she certainly did us very proud, and that we met some amazing people over there. The fact that we could take the horse and she could take us on that journey was amazing, absolutely amazing. It's those kind of thrills that horses will allow you to have, and some amazing highs and equally some lows as well, but the highs are just something else. That's the best thing about horses, whether you've got jumpers or flat horses or whatever. It's the people you meet and the places they can take you. Is it as good as winning a big jumps race? Well, the jury's out on that, I think. I love them both, to be fair. The thrill of winning any race, whether it's a maiden race in the middle of winter or where it is, the thrill is still the same, and I wear my heart on my sleeve. I've never hid from that fact, and I get very excited whether we're running last or we're winning.
And the Oyster Man's got the big catch. He's won it and won it brilliantly in the finish.
We've got Stephen here. He's out of breath. He's done a loop-the-loop in the head cage.
It does not get any better.
Congratulations.
Another round next month.
Oh, you got to love it.
It's any of those sort of things. It's just a thrill, an absolute thrill. Highlights in jumps racing, there's been a lot. The Oysterman running 2nd in the Wellington steeplechase as a maiden horse, and Sean Fannin rode him absolutely beautiful. We got beaten a length. It was his 3rd steeplechase start. Everyone thought we were mad, and to be fair, we probably were. He rolled the dice and had a crack and nearly pulled it off, and honestly, that was just something else. That first sort of have a crack at a major, that'll live with me forever. That's very, very amazing. But as I say, we just like to see them finish and all the horses home safe and well. The biggest thing for jumps racing, and I think people underestimate what jumps racing does for any thoroughbred industry. And you look at the trainers that are coming through, where do they all get a start at? They all became very good horsemen by riding jumpers and playing around with jumpers, and the knowledge that you learn and gain by playing around with jumpers is unquestionably the best place to start. And the other side of it too is it helps the longevity of the horse as well. You know, some of these horses that by the time they get to 4, they've sort of burned out a fraction, and so you grab them as a jumper and take them away, you teach them to jump and you refresh them, and their brain gets all alive again and they realise what life's all about. And you know, the jumping people, look, they love their horses, and as I said before, the amount of time that you spend with horses, especially a jumper, they're exceptionally well looked after. They can't want for anything. And as an industry, jumps racing, the people that it develops and brings through to help out with the flat side of things, it's invaluable. As I say, I just love it. It's the greatest sport on earth.